Now, we do a thing here every week where I get the opportunity to speak to the Legacy Student of the Week. Now, these kids are chosen as Student of the Week for outstanding characteristics, or maybe it's their academics, but there's a reason they rise to the top. And so today, I'm actually doing a group of the Legacy kids have come into the studio. I have with me Cambria Lawrence, Audrey Welch, Tristan Leem, Peter Shen, and Alexander Petrus. Hello, everybody. How are you?
Good.
Okay, so, and here's the other thing. It's radio, so you always got to be ready to talk whenever we start to do this. So I'm going to go around the room. Cambria Lawrence, what grade are you in?
I'm in 6th grade.
And Audrey Welch?
6th grade.
Tristan Leem?
7th grade.
Peter Shen?
6th grade.
Alexander Petrus?
I'm in 7th grade.
Okay, so everybody's pretty much in that sort of junior high, middle school age, and you guys have all been chosen as Student of the Week for one reason or another, and today I get to talk to all of you. And before I go through and find out why you were chosen as Student of the Week, because I know I can read it, but I know you have standards that you live up to, and so you know why you were chosen and how you set an example for the rest of the students. But I do want to start with, Cambria, you're the only one here with a really big, giant lion on your head.
That's right.
Why do you have a looks like the one from the Lion King?
Mm-hmm, that's exactly it.
Well, what possessed you to wear the Lion King head into the radio station today?
Well, I previously just finished a play called The Lion King Jr., which we did at Legacy, and I played Simba, so this was actually one of my props that I had to wear for a majority of the play.
I love that, and you're not so much in character as you are in costume, and I kind of love that. So, Cambria, you were chosen for a few reasons, I know, and I chose you to speak first, partly because you were a champion of sorts at your school for something in particular, a competition. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yes, I was a speech contest champion. I participated for multiple years, but I have won first place for last year and this year. Mm-hmm. You basically come and you speak about a certain topic that they give you, and everyone's able to participate. It's open to every single person in Legacy, and if you're able to get to the finals, you're able to place and win a medal.
Now, being a kid, I know when I was young, one of the things they would say was, she's a pretty good student, but she talks too much. I like that now they call that speech. So were you a talker even when you were really little?
Yes, I had my first word very early, and I always talked a lot. My parents even gave me a sign language book so I could talk without actually having to talk.
What? So you have all kinds of forms of speech. This is awesome. And I like that you corralled that talking into something really amazing that you could participate in speech competition. Now, I'm going to say something here that you don't have to say. You are an overall sweet and loving young lady is what has been said about you. And you are a leader in ASB. Is that something else you love?
Yes, this year I was voted to be vice president.
Okay.
Last interview I got that mixed up with principal, but vice president. And it's a lot of fun. I get to just help make decisions, and I'm able to help make birthday balloons and deliver it to people on their birthdays.
I love that. And then the other thing is you happen to like science? What kind of science? You participated in the Science Olympiad, not just science, but the Olympics of science. What made you decide you wanted science? How did science come into your life?
I've always loved science. It's really fun. You just get to experiment, and you get to make conclusions, and you get to learn things about the world that you've never known before. I was really happy to join the Science Olympiad this year. It's always been a dream of mine. I've always heard, oh, you got to the Science Olympiad. One day I'm going to be in there and you're going to see me participating.
I love that. So you're a leader. Now, Audrey, sitting right next to Cambria, you're in the 6th grade. You were also chosen for leadership. And I have to, before I even get to the rest of you, this is a theme I see over and over and over again, the words leadership, along with Legacy Christian Academy students. And yes, you were chosen as Students of the Week, but you're all leaders at some level. You were part of the gold medal winning Science Olympiad team also. How did you come to science?
Well, ever since kindergarten, we learned science at Legacy, and I've always just grown up loving science because of all of our teachers. They give us hands-on science that's especially really fun because it gets the kids involved and it makes us all excited about it.
I love that you both love science. We're going to come back and talk about a little bit more of who you are and what you do at Legacy Christian Academy. Okay, Audrey Welch, in addition to the whole science thing that you've actually gone on to be part of the gold medal winning Science Olympiad team at Legacy Christian Academy, you're also the student chaplain. Can you tell me what that means to be the student chaplain?
Well, as the chaplain, I get to encourage the students in their everyday walk with Christ. I get to participate in the National Day of Prayer, where we all go out to the flagpole and say a prayer. And I just I've previously started speaking in chapel, saying a quick prayer at the beginning just to open up our chapels every Friday.
I like that. And I'm going to say what's been written about you because you don't have to say this. You are amazingly articulate. That I've noticed for myself. And you have a heart of gold, and that you beautifully personify a Legacy student, and everyone is proud of you. So that's quite a lovely thing. Tristan Leem, 7th grader. I remember you, the poem. Now, do you know it by heart?
No.
All right, it's okay. You wrote a poem that was given as an in-class assignment. It was written within an hour's time, which is pretty amazing. Writing is a part of your world. How long have you considered? Writing's pretty amazing. When did you start?
Thank you. I started writing ever since I was little. Before I came to Legacy, I loved to write. Writing's always been a fun habit of mine. And as I've been going through the years at Legacy, all the teachers have just fostered that love for writing in me.
I love that, and I'm going to read your poem because I have it in front of me. I would rather be a pen than an eraser. I would rather be a wildfire, massive and roaring, than a spark easily put out. I would rather be a vast ocean, every inch of me filled with magnificent creatures, than a miniature pond filled with minnows. The proper function of mankind is to make an impact, not idle around. I shall not destroy hope like an eraser, but I shall be a pen and create hope. That's a pretty amazing poem. And you're how old?
Right now I'm 12 years old.
So 12 years old, and this is the depth and the width of your mind. I think that's amazing. And so if you had to say you had another love at school besides your writing, I know you have strong character. It's why you were chosen as Legacy Student of the Week. You happen to like academics, but you're also an athlete.
Yes.
Tell me about your athletics.
Right now I enjoy playing basketball and a little bit of baseball. I play basketball on the travel team over there at West Ranch High School. So I practice there every Thursday and Tuesday.
Nice. So you well-balanced mind, well-balanced body, trying to take care of all the other things. What has Legacy meant to you as far as a school? What else do you think it has probably helped you with besides your academics and the athletics?
Definitely my relationship with God. They really help you with your beliefs in God. They strengthen your beliefs. And every Friday, as Audrey said, we go to chapel, and it just is a time of worship that you could praise our God.
So well-rounded mind, well-rounded body, well-rounded heart and spirit. I like that. All right, Peter Shen, you're in the 6th grade. You were a champion too. In one of my favorite subjects, you were the spelling bee champion. Do you remember what the word was you won with?
In which spelling bee?
Oh, well, were you a spelling bee champion this year, or just are you a spelling bee champion every year?
Like this year I had 2.
Oh, you did? You had 2 already?
Yeah.
Can you tell me a couple of the words? I'd be curious if someone listening could say, I could spell that, and I bet they can.
I remember the most recent spelling bee.
Yeah.
My winning word was isosceles.
Isosceles. That's a math thing too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Darn it. I don't even like numbers. So I probably wouldn't have gotten that spelling. Okay, and you were also on the Science Olympiad team and the Math Olympic team. So what's your favorite kind of math?
My favorite kind of math? I like just math in general.
Just you like numbers?
Yeah.
All right, so that's okay. Did you always like numbers? Was that something ever since you were, a much smaller kid that you liked numbers?
I guess I've liked numbers since since 1st grade.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in first grade we started doing these thing called time tests where you have 2 minutes or 1 minute to do as many facts as you can.
Oh, so you liked that pressure?
I didn't like the pressure. I just felt like there was a joy in doing the problems.
Okay, I like that. Are you a little competitive though, since it was timed and all the other kids were being timed too? Did you feel a little competition? Because being on things like an Olympic team or a championship spelling team or the Science Olympiad, those are all a little competitive with other schools and things and kids. Did you find that was exciting part of your math experience? That even if you didn't like the pressure?
Sometimes I do feel like a little pressure, and like once or twice I might stress out, but most of the time I just like try to do my best and just accomplish what I can.
Okay, so now you've proven yourself. You're a great speller. You're great at science. You're great at math. Is there anything that you do at Legacy that you think, oh, this is extra, and I really love this? What would that be?
At Legacy, I really like their spiritual program. It's a Christian school, so as Tristan and Audrey said, we have chapel every Friday, and I really enjoying like singing songs to worship God, and I also enjoy listening to our speakers teach about like God.
I love that. That's a part of your life there. Okay, Alexander Petrus. Before I even ask you any questions about being Legacy Student of the Week, I have to ask you. When you came in, I saw that Cambria had the big Lion King head, which is a marvelous work of art, and you've come in with a bit of a headpiece too. Talk to me about what that's about.
So I was on the robotics team, and this headpiece is my lion's mane. So our school's mascot, it's the Legacy Lions. So with the Legacy Lions, we decided to adopt that as our team name. So we became the Robo Lions, and this is our lion's mane for the robotics team.
I love that. Now, I remember speaking to every one of you when you would call in, but Alexander, you made an impression on me because when I asked you, so how are you? What was your answer?
I'm doing amazing.
I'm doing amazing. Not fine, not okay, I'm all right. I'm amazing. I like that was your attitude first thing. And you've come in with a trophy. So tell me about your trophy, Mr. Amazing.
So in our robotics team, we went to a competition, actually a lot of them, and one of them we went to was in Paris. It was a qualifying competition, and it was in Paris, California, not in France.
You saw my eyes light up. I went, what? You went to Paris? Okay, so Paris, California, also exciting.
So we won first place in a competition with about 50 teams, and a lot of them were high schoolers, and they were mostly seniors and people who have done this for many years before.
Wait, okay, let's slow down. They were mostly seniors. Now, seniors in high school, for the most part, they're almost adults. Some of them can already vote and drive. And you, sir, you're how old?
I'm 12 right now.
And this was part of, it's exciting. All right, now you were chosen as a Legacy Student of the Week because of your leadership role. We're going to talk about that in just a moment. Talking with the Excalibur students of Legacy Christian Academy, each and every one of them, an example to the community, even to those of us here at AM 1220 KHTS. And we're talking now with Alexander Petrus. We've already had a moment with Cambria Lawrence, Audrey Welch, Tristan Leam, and Peter Shen. And Alexander, we were talking about you being in the 7th grade, part of this award-winning robotics team. You're an outstanding scholar, they tell me, outstanding character. You have a sharp mind and a huge heart, and that you are the epitome of a Legacy student. Now, you can be ever so slightly humble, but for a guy who answered the question, how are you? I'm amazing. I think you can answer this for me. It says you have a big heart. Why do you think someone would look at you as a Legacy Christian Academy student and go, that guy's got a big heart? What do you think gives that example?
Well, I try to give back to the community. So with my mom, I go teach a church class at our church to a bunch of 2nd graders, and I also try to do any community service that I can. The school requires like 24 hours of community service a year, and I try to double or triple that every year.
I hope people are listening because that's an amazing example you're setting even for the grown-ups. And 2nd graders, I should tell you, I'm a grown-up. I had 2 of those of my own, and they're not easy. You must be a little bit patient, too. Are you patient?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, you have the right qualities to probably the energy to keep up with second graders. So now I'm going to come back and I'm going to ask a question about why someone should bring their kids if they've not yet been a student over at Legacy Christian Academy. Cambria, why do you think someone, if they were to say to you, I'm thinking about putting my kids over at Legacy, and if they want, they can go on the website and look at legacy-christianacademy.com, but I'm asking you to tell them, why should they consider it as a school?
I think they should consider it because Legacy overall is going to help you excel. They bring out the best in you and show you how you can improve, and they just make you the best you can be. It really is helpful to your life, and it just makes you see the world in a whole different perspective.
All right, I'm going to ask everybody that question all the way down the line, but how long have you been a student at Legacy Christian Academy?
I've been a student since kindergarten.
So you've been there a little while. You're a veteran. Okay, Audrey Welch, if someone were to come to you and say, I'm thinking of sending my kid, what would you tell them about the school?
Well, I would tell them absolutely send your kid to Legacy, because it's not only the academics and the athletics, but Legacy stands out in our spiritual environment. Kids are always free to pray, unlike public schools, and they're always free to talk to their teachers if they're having issues or they need to know the Lord. And I think our chapel is definitely a place for kids who maybe don't necessarily go to church every Sunday, where they can learn about the Lord.
That's very nice. And how long have you been a student at Legacy?
Since kindergarten.
Nice. Okay. So Tristan, same question. Tristan Leem, if someone came to you and said, I have to decide on a school, why should I pick your school?
I would say the teachers. The teachers are very helpful to you. They push you, as Cambria said, they bring out the best in you. And if you're struggling with the concept or you need help with a paper or any homework, then they will easily help you. They will help you, no doubt about it. And they'll help you to the best of their abilities, and they give 100% every day, and I enjoy coming to school.
Shout out to the teachers. I like that. Okay, and then Peter Shen, if someone had that same question, I'm not really sure, and they were kind of on the fence, they got a few schools in mind, why should they go to your school?
I would say that Legacy is the best choice for a school because the education is well-rounded. The athletics department is the athletics is very good, and the spiritual part of Legacy is also very positive. It teaches kids to believe in Jesus and God, and to ask God for forgiveness.
So well-rounded student is what they're making. Okay.
And also the teachers and the staff are very nice, and they all try to bring out the best in the students, just like Tristan and the rest of them said.
Mm-hmm. Very good. All right. So Alexander Petrus, someone comes up to you, they have that question, they're just not sure. You're the winning answer why they should go.
So Legacy has a small environment and where everyone knows everyone and everyone's like family. The whole environment gives to each other and they all help each other. And all the teachers, they don't have that many students to help around. So everyone is always helped by the teacher, and whenever they need help, they can ask.
A lot of individualized attention.
And also, unlike public schools, they don't teach you just to memorize facts. They teach you actually how to learn it and what it actually is about. So it's pretty much all like you get to learn it yourself. It's not just memorizing.
Nice. And how long have you been a student there?
So I've been there since first grade, so that's 7 years.
All right. And thank you for doing the math for me, because I'm just so not there. You guys are the Olympiads in math. Okay. And Peter, I didn't ask you, how long have you been a student there?
Ever since kindergarten.
Since kindergarten. And let me ask you, Tristan, how long have you been there?
Same thing, since kindergarten, so 8 years.
So 8 years. Wow. All right. So the other question is, how many of you have siblings that go to school over there? Oh, so almost every one of all of you. You've all got siblings. Cambria, how old are your siblings that go there?
I have one sister who goes there. Her name is Macy. She is in 5th grade. She's currently 10 years old. And it's so nice to have a close sibling that you can always share your experiences. And personally, for me, being the older sibling, I can always help her out. Well, she doesn't need help much, though.
Oh, because she's a Legacy student, so she's okay. How about you, Audrey?
I have one brother and one sister. My brother is in 4th grade, and my sister is in kindergarten. And it's super fun to be the oldest because you get a lot of privileges. But then
You also have to set an example, huh?
yeah, that's the only downside. But it's kind of good because if you're a good example, then your siblings will follow what you're doing, and they will be good examples.
You guys are setting examples for the whole school, not just your siblings. Tristan, how old are your siblings?
I have a brother that is 10 years old. He's in 4th grade, and it's really fun because sometimes I get to see him throughout the day in the school.
Oh,
And I get to
very
say
nice.
hi and-
And you're the elder statesman, so you
Yes.
still get to be the older sibling. Peter, you're in the 6th grade. You have siblings there?
I have a sister in the 3rd grade. Mm-hmm. And we like to, we have a lot in common. We usually like to do the same things at home.
Wow, this is nice that you guys are not only Excalibur students, but and setting example for the community, but even in your own homes, you seem to be kids of the week. Okay, so Alexander Petrus, you have a sibling or two, or what do you have?
I have 2 siblings at
Yeah?
the school. One is 11 years old and he's in 5th grade, and one is 7 years old and he's in 2nd grade.
And again, you're the elder statesman. You're the big guy, not just at on campus, but at home. So they've got a lot of pressure. You realize that, right? Your siblings are going to have to be legacy students of the week and come in and talk to me. So go home and tell them that. We've been talking with this is the group of kids who've been chosen over a period of time as legacy students of the week over at Legacy Christian Academy. You can learn more about the school and get these kids in, your own kids in, to be Excalibur individuals and truly pillars of our community someday. Legacy-Christian.com. They are located on Dickason Drive in Valencia. You can also call them at 257-7377. Everyone, thank you so much for being here today. I look forward to hearing more about all of you as you get older.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.